I've spent years talking to people about finance, health, giving them advice, answering their questions, and they've all said the same sort of thing. Why don't you do something with this? So here I am. I mean, I paraphrase this, and this is the first time I've done this, and it does feel very, very strange for me talking to a camera. All of my discussions, even virtually or digitally, two-way conversations. So it does feel very strange talking to a camera that doesn't respond. But here we go. Let's see what happens. My name's Seb. You'll probably catch me looking down as well at my notes. My name's Seb. I live in the south of the UK. I do work with people all over the world. So I feel like I do have some knowledge and input from other places in the world. So just because if you've managed to stumble across this channel and you're not from the UK, I still might have something useful for you. And in fact, I think I will. I am a software developer by trade, but more client focused. So, go out, try and get requirements from the client, work out what they're doing, and then help tell the story of tech. Because people have said I'm quite a good storyteller, even on subjects that are really difficult to keep interesting. I grew up in a little town just on the outskirts of a biggish city. Modest upbringing, average 3-bed house. Didn't go without, but we did have our struggles, which I'll go into later in this video, touch on later in this video, and probably go into in more detail in future videos. I think that's brought me to where I am today and has strongly influenced my journey, which I'm hoping to share with you. Again, this is my first time doing this, and it is incredibly strange, but yeah, hopefully it still gives you a good introduction to me and why I made this channel. Which leads me into why this channel. People aren't taught this stuff, what I'm planning on talking about. So the reason I start discussing finance and talking to people about finance at work and friends and family is because no one's talked about it. No one knows about it, and it's very simple. So I try to not give people advice, but give people information and data to help them make better decisions, prepare for their future, not just financially, but health and lifestyle as well, health, fitness and lifestyle as well, hence the name of the channel. At work, when I was talking to people, we got this thing called Spill the Beans at work, where we talk about a subject. People usually talk about something related to work, but with my comments on finance, people asking me questions and saying, "Oh, why don't you do a little talk?" So I did, and it went down really well. And that was sort of the nudge I needed to take this further, not just with the people that I interact with every day, but help people further afield. Hell, if this doesn't reach anyone, fine, at least I've tried. So I won't be giving financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, and I won't be telling you, what you need to invest in, how you can get rich quick, etc., etc. But give you the information and knowledge to be able to do that yourselves, based on my journey, and hopefully make it less scary, because I think investing is quite scary, and give you step-by-step instructions on how to do that. I just want to help people, basically. I'm going to be as honest as I can about my journey and experiences. I'm not doing this to make money or build an audience yet. I'm just doing it for me and for you, if you're here. So I had a modest upbringing. My dad, he had an illness, multiple sclerosis, and that affected, our childhood, affected how I think. But I did find myself being thankful that we had financial security, and that probably, maybe it's just how I am, but because of that, I would bet that influenced why I'm so obsessed and passionate about finance and about health and fitness. I'm just making good life decisions, basically. I've worked when I started my career, I did computer science, got my first job, climbed the career ladder, and I used to work really, really hard. I worked evenings and weekends because I loved it. I loved building websites. I loved learning. So I used to work evenings and weekends. I bought my first flat in the centre of the town that I'm near, centre of the city that I'm near. Moved there, rented out the spare room, and then when I upsized, I rented out that. So I've been a landlord, so I've also got experience with being a landlord. Started my investing journey quite a few years ago, just small steps, nothing big, nothing scary. And then finally got on top of my pension. Actually, if I'm honest, it was only last week that I transferred my final pension into my current workplace pension. So they're all in one place. After years of telling other people they should do it, I finally did it myself. My fitness journey. So obviously when you're younger, you find it easier to find fit, just to keep yourself healthy and fit. And as I got older, I used to blame, it's age. That's why I'm not as fit as I used to be. Whereas now I've learned that that's not the case, and you can. I feel probably as healthy and fit as I've ever felt just through these micro decisions and micro habits, little things like I started joining the chiropractor, decided to go to his free talks, and then little things like stretch every morning. If I don't, every other morning. I go for a run 2 or 3 times a week. At first it was short runs. I go to the gym 2 or 3 times a week. Just these habits. And it wasn't like one day I didn't do anything and then the next day I did everything. It was incrementally building up, and yeah, here I am. And through that, the journey through finance and fitness, I think I've improved my life, and I've learned through the decisions that I needed to make, and the convincing myself the reason to make those decisions. I think I've changed. I've had a slow shift over years of understanding what's important to me, why I make the decisions I make, and why I do what I do. For example, I don't work to make money. Money's not the end goal. It's fulfillment and happiness. So providing for my family, for example, being able to have the things I want, that's closer to the end goal of the money. Money's just the vehicle. And going to the gym, I used to go to the gym for vanity reasons. I want to look good, which if you're younger and single, that's valid. I'm not saying that's an invalid reason. But now I'm older, my goal is to keep myself robust, as agile as I can and mobile as I can for as long as I can. And actually, when I'm making the decision to go to work or not, I find that's a better driver. To go to the gym or not, that's a better driver. So for me, oh yeah, but I'll lose some muscle mass if I don't go to the gym. Doesn't make me go to the gym, but there's a chance I won't be as mobile for as late in life, or won't be able to play with my kids as I do now, like have them jumping over me. That's much more of a driver for me. So whatever, I'm not telling you what your driver needs to be, but if you can find your driver, great. Where is this going? So I don't really know yet. I do want to help people on finance, investing. I'll probably do some videos on investing, tax, debt, credit cards, because there is good debt and bad debt, mortgages, just things that people don't learn about. Like I've learned about Pythagoras theory. I'm working out the circumference of a circle in school, but I don't remember learning about tax properly and mortgages. Health and fitness, touched on that probably a bit more than I should already. And life habits. And I think I'll probably go into investing in other things. So investing doesn't have to be financial. Investing in your health and fitness, investing in connection, investing in relationships. Because actually, I think one of the things I find more important, I'm discovering that I find really important is connection and relationships with humans. And I think that's even more important as the work is more and more digital and AI focused. So if any of that resonates with you, sounds familiar, or sounds useful, then hey, stick around. Let's see where this goes.